Community Health was on the menu, presented by Nelson Marlborough District Health Board CEO Chris Fleming. To the public on Tuesday night, where around 100 people attended the community engagement meeting. DHB Strategy General Manager Andrew Lesperance and Board Chairperson Jenny Black were also there to present the DHB strategic direction and give them a chance to answer questions and give feedback on the direction and the Health Board's priorities. Chrissy Small spoke with Nelson woman Sarah Cooper, who attended this meeting.
Sarah Cooper, last night, that was Tuesday night, the DHB had a basically an information gathering and sharing process, I believe. You were there. Can you tell us a bit about what was going on?
Yes, I can. Hi. We were invited. The community was invited to listen to the DHB talk about their last what sounded like their last 6 months of work, talking and discussing with them between themselves, and going into the Nelson Marlborough region and finding out their stats and figures for our health and well-being in the community. And from that, they gave us data on many different areas and suggestions for their strategy to move forward with looking after the disparities that they saw within these figures. Many different topics were brought up, and one that I'm quite keen to look into is the fluoridation or lack thereof.
Right. Okay. So this was one of the topics, but this was the topic that basically drew your attention.
Yes.
Now, I believe there was a bit of an outburst. Can you tell us a wee bit about what happened there?
Well, yeah, I can. I mean, it's an emotional topic from both sides of the spectrum, but I mean, one thing that we can all agree on is that health matters, and both sides of this debate care about people's health, especially our children. And fluoridation has been, pushed around the table for many, many years now, and it's utilised in the USA and it's not utilised in other places, and they do other things. So in Europe, 98% of the countries there don't fluoridate. There'll be many reasons given, but on our page, Fluoride Free Nelson NZ, there is a link to a page that talks about that, and there's signed reasons from their head people stating why they're not fluoridating, and it's signed off by each of those countries, which is quite useful to look at.
Okay, and does this include medical professionals?
Medical professionals, it's possibly health professionals, the counsellors or something in those countries.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
different heads of countries.
Okay. All right. So last night, of course, it got emotional. What happened?
There were many different outbursts, lots of really valid points.
And was it deferred till the end of the meeting?
Yes. So
who deferred it?
The DHB. Sorry,
right.
The DHB did defer it to the end of the meeting because I appreciate why they did that. It's disappointing that we didn't get to be heard. Get to be heard. One of the members of the community who did get to spoke very well. Name has eluded me right now, but she's an American New Zealander, and she's got first-hand knowledge of what it's like to live in a fluoridated area and drink fluoridated water, and she talked to that, and she spoke wholeheartedly about how she would hate to see this place fluoridated when there are so many other better options, like Scotland, who has seen great success with a program called Child Smile, and that's a really good way forward, because education improves so many other areas other than just teeth. It increases education.
Yes.
It increases employment. It increases self confidence with increasing knowledge.
Right.
And community mixing together more and more, because I dare say there's a lot of voluntary types that would love to mix it up with the children and the youth to bring this about, and families.
So, when it comes to the fluoride argument, it's about the health of the children's teeth.
Yeah.
Basically, they're saying we've got terrible amounts of tooth decay in our young children. Education. mothers who give babies juice in bottles, the sugars, the high sugar content of foods. So basically, if people were educated about the types of food and drinks that they were supplying their children, wouldn't that solve the issue? Exactly.
Yeah, no, completely. Child Smile, it has it all in it, that program. So I mean, we can totally bring it in here, bring it into New Zealand, and Kiwify it. It's possibly a term some people don't like, but it's, you know, a lot of people relate to it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, now, so did you get to talk at the end of the meeting when it was deferred? Was it allowed to be brought up again?
That was the disappointing bit, because we all waited 2 hours and to speak, and then we were not really given that choice. It was disbanded really. By the time 2 hours was up, a lot of people were very emotional, and so it becomes really difficult to communicate at that point because there's a lot of tension. I managed to hand over the Child Smile documentation, so the DHB have got that, and they've said that they will review it, and we will be talking further on that. They've got my details and the details of Fluoride Free New Zealand as well.
Now the DHB say they can't actually make the laws. They can't, you know, they are only there to make their recommendations. Of all the subjects that were presented, had they run any ad campaigns on any of those topics?
Well, they are advertising for a water fluoridation promotions manager right now, and during the presentation, this presentation is to talk about all of their strategies, like all of the different areas that require strategies, and it was a little bit disturbing to see that they have some advertising in their presentation, or their PowerPoint presentation, sorry. On one of their slides they've got a Fluoride Works and some other writing underneath it, but there is no other advertising for any other points of their strategy. So it was a little bit disappointing to see that there.
Right. So they really have, you feel that they have an agenda?
It feels as though they have an agenda, and I hope that they remove that advertising to dissuade that thought for us, and to reassure us that it is, you know, a fair playground, so to speak.
Will there be any other opportunities to talk to them about this issue?
They have said that they are, yes, that they are keen to do that, and that a public meeting is on the forefront. It's just that they haven't organised one at this stage. So I'm looking to next month, either mid or towards the end of next month. So we'll put those dates to them and see what they come back with. We're going to don't know whether it's going to be a debate or a meeting or what format it'll be in, but maybe we can talk about that.
Because they really want that discussion with the people. That's what they've made clear at this meeting, that they're there to have that discussion with the people in the community.
And they've also said that the increase in education and increase in employment is what is required. So maybe Child Smile is something that they will find to be a really suitable solution.
It'd be great to see them embrace the concept, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah Cooper, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
I also caught up with a couple of people on the street over the fluoride issue.
Oh no, I'm a bit lukewarm about that. Most people use fluoride toothpaste, so I don't see why it should be put into drinking water, although they say that there's strong evidence that it does help teeth decay, which is a major concern in this community.
Yeah, especially with all the sugar added.
Sugar drinks. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, we just went to the DHB meeting last night, which was, I thought, appalling. They highlighted that fluoridation was one of their considerations, certainly, oral care for kids, which I totally agree with. And then they had a little thing that said, fluoride, it's safe, it works, on their slide presentation. But when it came to actually being able to talk about fluoride, they wouldn't take any questions from anybody who wanted to talk about fluoride, which was absolutely infuriating and really frustrating for people. Some people were in tears because the DHB just shut them down. We patiently listened for an hour their slide presentation, their plan. We listened to 45 minutes of other people talking about other issues, but then when we wanted to talk, there was quite a few people. When we wanted to talk about the fluoride issues, they just shut people down, didn't want to know. They accused us of being a group. I mean, we don't know most of the other people that were there to talk about the issue, as if it was some sort of subversive organization. And they said that they would talk to one person, from the fluoride group. I'm not particularly anti-fluoride. I'm anti having it in our water. It's a small percentage of people that need it. We could do it through education, school systems. If you want your kids to have fluoride, get them fluoride toothpaste. There's other ways to deliver it without mass medication of the whole population. It's really, really bad. And people don't understand fluoride that they use for, to fluoridate the water. It's not a natural substance. It's a byproduct of the smelter and the agrochemical companies. It's really nasty stuff. And it isn't just the sodium fluoride that goes in it. It comes along with a lot of heavy metals and that sort of thing as well. So and we should have a choice about what we want in our water. The council's responsibility is to give us safe water. The responsibility is not to medicate us all, or to treat a small population and everybody else gets it as well. So yeah, it was. I was really, really appalled at how the meeting was handled, and that the DHB just basically shut people down and wouldn't let us talk, or even ask questions about it.
Mainland News has tried on various occasions to get comment from the Nelson Marlborough District Health Board on this fluoride issue through their communications manager, Vienna Richards, who wouldn't communicate with us, instead saying that she didn't see that Mainland News was a legitimate news organisation.